Hello, this is the intermediate class. I'm Sister Stevens. We're going to be using the New King James Version on the Bible reading for today, and I have my Bible right here. This quarter is about Jesus' teachings and power. This lesson is the parable of the wise and foolish builders. Jesus wants us to put his teachings into practice. Our lesson today is coming from Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 through 29. Let's read over the scriptures together. Gonna give you a little time to find that. Okay, everyone have their Bibles ready? Build on the rock is what the parable is talking about. Verse 24. Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. This verse is talking about what God expects of us, obedience and listening. It also mentions building. When you build something, you want to make sure that it lasts and it's sturdy. Verse 25. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house. And it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. Okay. It's been kind of raining hard lately. And we know when we go outside, we see things that are blowing down the street. There may be some tree branches that are knocked down. The trash can might be down the block. Okay, so we know that those things weren't very sturdy. Verse 26. But everyone that hears the sayings of mine and does not them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. Okay, we know that sand is not very sturdy. If you look at a house or a building, you will see that most of them are built on concrete or some strong wood. The rain is not going to wash that away. Like a sand castle, when you go to the beach, I'm sure we've probably tried to build a sand castle, and then the water comes up on the wave and washes it away. Verse 27. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it fell. And great was the fall. Verse 28. And so it was when Jesus had ended these sayings that the people were astonished at his teachings. Verse 29. For he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Okay, so that lesson is letting us know that we need to have something sturdy, to be stable, something that's going to stand with us and hold us up when we're going through life. And that could be at home or in the classroom or anywhere you may go. Okay. I have the definitions of a couple of words that you may not understand or you may not remember from the last time we've met. One of those words is the parable. Okay? And that's how Jesus is teaching for today's lesson. The definition is story, deeper meaning to help people think about things in a new or different way. And then the second word that they were talking about was the scribes. And that was in verse 29 where it was talking about the scribes. That's a person who copies out documents, a record keeper. Okay? So God wants you to be the worker and doer of his word. He doesn't just want you to take notes and write down the things that you learn in these lessons, but he wants you to use those lessons in everyday life. Okay, our memory verse for this quarter is going to be coming from Hebrews chapter 11, and it's going to be verses 1 and 6. Verse 1 says, Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, and verse number 6. And without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Okay, and we know that he person and him is talking about who? Okay, we know that those are coming with capital letters, and we know that that's talking about that person, the one that we're worshiping. Okay, lastly, I have a few questions for you, and you can answer them with yourself or with your parents. The first question: what is faith? Simple definition is hope. Okay, we're going to have that faith that God is going to do what he said he's going to do. You hope that your parents will reward you for the things that you're supposed to be doing, but we shouldn't be looking for those rewards when we know that's something that we need to do to take care of ourselves, right? Like cleaning your room, cleaning up the house, washing dishes, and even washing your clothes sometime. Okay, second question: what is impossible to do without faith? Right. We need to learn how to please him, because God is the one that's taking care of all of us. Not those jobs we have, not the money you may have in the bank, not those people in your household. God is taking care of us through them. Okay. So we have to please him. And the last question: when a person comes to God, what must he believe? Okay, so you can ask yourself, answer that with your parents. When a person comes to God, what must he believe? Okay, so not only do you need to listen to these lessons, but you need to believe the things that you're hearing from the Bible. Okay, we need to believe that God exists, for one, and that he rewards those who seek him. So I'll see you again next week. And again, we'll be talking about Jesus' teaching and this power. And those powers still exist today. Thanks again for joining. See you next time.